So, Kevin, welcome to CPC. We are really glad to have you as our intern, and folks have gotten a chance, hopefully, to read your bio, and we'll share that again. But we thought it might be fun to get to know you a little differently since we can't do it over donuts and coffee. So, do you want to introduce your friend who might pop up? Is she behind you? There she is.
This is Peanut. She's our little maroon-bellied conure, small breed of parrot, and she's been with us for, boy, her 23rd birthday will be, I think, in a couple months. So we've had her for a while. But
oh, hi, Peanut. Welcome to CPC.
She really likes Zoom meetings because she assumes that everybody's looking at her, and that's like her favorite thing. It's to be admired. So she's generally well behaved.
That's fine. Well, and Peanut, feel free to answer questions as well. So, as I said, we've gotten your bio, and some folks have gotten to meet you, but I thought it might be fun to do some lighter questions as well. So I got this idea from the shield on your wall and the character on your t-shirt. Do you have a favorite superhero?
Oh, favorite superhero. There are a number of them. There's some odd ones that aren't as well known, like Mr. Terrific. I've read Spider-Man for a long time. Captain Marvel I really like, especially what they're doing with her character right now. She's playing a lot bigger role. So yeah, I've been a comic reader since I was a kid, and the Shield is also kind of a nod to Stephen Colbert, though. He used to have a Captain America shield on the back wall of his studio on his show on Comedy Central, so it's kind of a nod to him as well. So, yeah.
Nice. All right. So would you say that you are an early bird or a night owl?
I'm not as much of a night owl as I used to be, but I still lean that way. Like, left to my own devices, my schedule kind of shifts later. So, but I appreciate. I kind of like to be there when the sun comes up, and also when it goes down. It's sort of like the beginning and the end of the day, and so I appreciate that more and more. It's just the sun up part happens way too early in the summertime, at least.
Yeah.
Me. But yeah. It might happen with age. I don't know. But yeah, I'm still more of a night owl, probably.
Chocolate or vanilla or neither?
I generally, if it's an ice cream question, I generally will get something more exotic. But given those two, I would go with chocolate.
Okay. Summer or winter?
I prefer fall and spring. So, but, that's hard to say. I'd say
you can pass
for those. Yeah.
Yeah, you can pass.
You.
That's fine. Excuse me. Baseball, hockey, basketball, or football?
I grew up near Hockey Town, and so I still have leanings in that direction. And I went to Miami University, which is near Cincinnati, and they have a pretty decent hockey team, and so went to a hockey college, and so I lean that direction. But I enjoy all of those sports. I'm really been into past few years. I've been watching a lot of IndyCar. Which is weird. I didn't watch it growing up, but I don't know. I've just been getting into that more lately. I think it's easier to fit into my schedule than a football game or some of the longer sporting events, and especially taking seminary and classes and working full time. So I've been doing a little bit of that. Plus, I would get so frustrated watching football. I would just get maybe too wrapped up in it, and if it was a late game, I'd have trouble getting to sleep afterward. If the wrong thing happened. And so to me, watching IndyCar seems a little bit lighter.
Yes.
And I've been watching the Formula E races as well, which is it's like Formula One, except they're electric cars. And so that's something I've been doing in the past couple of years.
Fun. Mountains or beach?
Definitely mountains there. I lived in Colorado for a year, and when we moved back, I grew up where this might be because I grew up in one of the flattest parts of the country in Northwest Ohio, which until a couple centuries ago was entirely a swamp. So the tallest thing in the county was the local what do you call it, elevator, like the grain elevator. That was the tallest thing in the county were the grain elevators. And so I in Southwest Ohio, where I went to school, there were more hills, and I came to really like those, and then had the opportunity to live in Colorado for a couple years. And when we were looking to move back east to be closer to family, then we gravitated toward a part of the country that has they're not the Rockies, but they're definitely a little bumpier than Northwest Ohio.
A little more changing in the scenery, right?
Right.
So this is a Pennsylvania question, I think, and neither one of us is a native Pennsylvanian, but shoe fly pie or whoopie pie?
I would lean toward whoopie pie with that for sure. Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you have a favorite hymn?
Oh, I tend to. Oh, sorry, Tina. She's mad at me now. I tend to like hymns that have interesting tenor and bass parts because I sing baritone, and so like there's a great, like in "Great Is Thy Faithfulness," there's a great part in the tenor part in the middle of that song. There are a number of hymns that I really like, some of the older hymns, but that one comes to mind just when I'm trying to think of those songs that I really enjoy singing.
Yeah. What do you get if it was just a pizza for you? What toppings would you get?
I never get to get pizza for me, so I don't even know. Before I was married, I lived in Dayton, and they have a chain out in Ohio called Donato's, and they have a pizza called the mariachi beef pizza, which I really like. So, well, and that's true. If I don't get input from my family, I'll often gravitate toward like the Mexican pizza from Al's. Okay. We live close to Enola, and so that's
okay.
Although we have a place in town called Liquid Noise where you can get pizzas too, and they have a pineapple and prosciutto that's really good.
Okay.
Here in Marysville, but I like the Mexican pizzas.
Gotcha. What is your least favorite vegetable?
Green peppers. I have not ever warmed up to green peppers.
I was going to ask you about dog or cat, but I think neither, right? Do you have a cat or a dog, or is Peanut your only pet?
We have allergy situations in our house, so that's one reason the having a bird has worked well for us. I like dogs and cats. I don't feel strongly one way or the other. We raised Cocker Spaniels when I was a kid, and my mom has a Cavalier King Charles that is fantastic. Like that's a breed that I would consider if I were to get a dog. I like little dogs generally, but there've been some big dogs that I really liked as well. But I really like other people's dogs because there's no responsibility tied to them. So I'm always, like I got, what was her name? Caroline, was that the name of the?
Yes, you met Caroline on Sunday, and Delta. Yeah, Caroline and Delta came to see us on Sunday.
Yeah, I didn't get to pet Delta, but I love other people's dogs and getting to see them, having no responsibility for walking them when it's rainy or cold or anything like that. Yeah.
That makes sense. Do you have a favorite passage of scripture?
I like the little bit at the end of Matthew 28 where he says, I'll be with you always, even to the end of the age. I like that translation of it because it's just so big, like to refer to, to me, it shows the hugeness of God to refer to, what has become 2,000 years at least, as an age. Like, so, you've got the comfort in there, you've got the reassurance of, that God is there. And so I even though it's very short, that's one that I'm always drawn to.
Nice. What did I not ask that I should have asked? What's a fascinating fact about Kevin?
Oh, just there's not that much that's fascinating about me. Let's see. I've done, I think this was in my bio, but I'm wrapping up a 20-year career in cybersecurity and computers and things of that sort. And this is an unexpected turn, but I feel like I have a lot of resolve. I feel like I'm in the right place where I'm supposed to be right now. That had I pursued seminary, 20 plus years earlier, I wouldn't have been ready for it. And so I feel like a lot of things are coming together to prepare me for this stage of my life. And also my time with CPC. I'm grateful to everyone for being so accepting and welcoming, and just to have this opportunity. I've already learned a lot, and there's a lot more to come. So very happy to be with everybody.
Well, we're thrilled to have you. And you too, Peanut, if you want to come visit sometime, we'd love to see you.
Yeah.